And I am excited today because I have a sister that is so this sister, like she's African American, black like myself, but she must be Jamaican. She got like 100 jobs, and I'm so proud of this sister because what she's doing is amazing. Everybody, give it up to Is it Beatrix?
Dacia Bettsx, baby.
Bettsx, that's it. Give it up for Dacia Bettsx, everybody. Owner of G5 Security, y'all. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up to Miss Bettsx. Dacia, how are you, sister?
How am I?
How are you?
I'm amazing.
You look amazing. I know one thing. You told me your age. I ain't gonna repeat it, but you definitely don't look it. I know you don't. I know you don't. Dacia, I met you.
I can play with my age.
Yes, you can. Definitely the way you look. Black don't crack, y'all. You know how we do that. It don't crack at all.
Not a new
but
black crack.
I met this young sister a few weeks ago at Luxury Leaf over here in St. Louis, our first black-owned dispensary. We got more coming. And you know what the show is, y'all. This is High Off the Glass. You know, we talk about. Plus, this sister is so down with the community and knows what's going on. She was already a subscriber for the show and already knew about the show. So I'm so blessed to have you on. Like, Miss Dacia, like, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. What, you got so much going on. I'm not sure where to start with you. So the first place I'm going to start is, where you from?
I'm from Chicago.
Oh, you're from the Chi.
Yes.
Okay.
Outside.
Okay, you know what? We got to give it up to the Chi. I love Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Depending on who you talk to, best pizza in the world, second or first. You know what I'm saying? I love Chicago. I love the Bulls back in the 90s. What, so you born and raised up there?
Yes, until my parents moved.
Okay.
And we came here in 1976, so I basically did my schooling here.
Oh,
the junior high and high school thing, the St. Louis thing. Where'd you go to high school?
Yeah, don't you get sick of that?
No.
I do. I do. What's the name? So you moved here in '76 with your family. Y'all moved to St. Louis. How old were you?
I was 12. No, 11.
11 years old. Mm-hmm. Okay. So then what? Then school?
School.
Okay.
And then I started this journey called adulting.
Right. Now, you have a strong entrepreneurial spirit.
Yes.
Did that start back then? Where does that come from?
Okay. That's a great question.
Thank you.
Because I've been an entrepreneur all of my life. I think I was born this way. So, I don't know if you all remember those beautiful little furniture settings that we used to have as little girls, the white with the gold trim. Well, I had the dressers on each side, the little corner desk, and I set up an office in my room as a little girl. What? And those dolls that they gave me to play with, those were my assistants. So It started, it's just in me.
Those were your employees.
It's just in me. Yeah, they were my. Yeah.
Right. Go ahead, Dacia. That's tight. Okay, so you had it at a young age. Mm-hmm. You come to St. Louis. You're doing school. How was schooling? How was high school? Did you do college? Like what?
Yeah, high school was amazing. I graduated from Pattonville. Woo woo.
Okay.
Class of 1983. I think we had 600 and something students, and 11 of us were black. So,
nice. Okay.
It taught me diversity at an early age, which is really, I think one of the punching points of the industry that we're in today is because diversity. We actually started the first African American Association in Pattonville. Our class did. Wow. It was called the Student Awareness Association. So I've been dealing with diversity and inclusion since I was a child.
Do they still have that?
Yes.
That's definitely needed.
So we were,
in that school district.
we were,
wow.
and because there were very few blacks.
I like that.
Very few blacks. Very few blacks. So.
Right.
Now, as we transition into this cannabis industry, I'm really focused on diversity and inclusion here. So, as you mentioned, I am the first, G5 Express is the first licensed transport company owned by 51% woman, and then my business partner obviously is a male.
That's awesome.
And then, from there, we went on and got certified as MBEs, WBEs in the industry.
I know we're gonna go down that road. I know you want to go down there, but I want to know the path first.
Okay,
I want to know a little more of the path.
Okay.
So did you after high school, college?
Yes.
Okay. Where'd you attend?
So I originally started with SLU and then ended up at Central Missouri State.
Oh, nice. Did you graduate?
No. Okay. I got pregnant.
Okay.
Yeah. I ended up on the base.
What was your? I hear you. What was your
political science?
Oh, okay. That's what. Now, what did you want to do with that?
Well, pre-law, obviously. Yeah, I wanted to be an attorney.
Oh, you sound like an attorney. Okay. Why attorney? Why that?
Because I was a debater in high school.
I could tell.
Yeah. So,
Awesome.
you know, my debate teacher was really instrumental in a lot because I started with him in speech. And then he was like, hey, you got to get on the debate team. So, you know, he actually formulated a lot of my speaking of, you know, of who I am today.
Wow.
Really, I really credit him for a lot of that.
The speech teacher. Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay.
He was my debate teacher. Then, of course, he managed the debate team. So.
That's beautiful. How'd you do with that?
Amazing.
I know you did. I get a strong sense of community from you as well, especially from folks that I've talked to that know you, and just a little brief history you've given me. Like, where does that come from?
I think it still stems from where I started, you know, with high school and understanding where we are as a people as a disadvantage if we allow it to be.
Right.
So my thing is I love to show people that it doesn't matter what your skin color is, your race, or your sexual preference. It's what it is you see within you.
Right.
And if you see greatness in you, then you're great.
Go ahead, sister. Go ahead. You need to put that on a shirt. I love that. that's amazing. So, okay, so you finish, you start college, life happens. We all know how that goes.
Yeah.
What is your first, what's your first entrepreneurial move after that?
Primerica Financial Services. So
No. Wow. What was
it
that?
started with A.L. Williams, and I loved A.L. Williams because I loved his thinking. And, you know, winners win.
A.L. Williams, who's that?
Yeah, Art Williams was the individual that actually initially started. That's where Primerica came from.
Oh, okay.
So Art Williams was a coach.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a football coach, a great coach.
Right.
Started as a coach, ended up multimillionaire because he started this insurance company.
Huh.
And he multi-level marketed. But what I learned from him is that winners win. I understood that I had to have a certain mental toughness to do the things I needed to do. You know, just do it. You know, you can make excuses or you can make money, but you can't make both of them at the same time.
Right.
See, these are things I learned from there.
Right.
And with that teaching and that stuff instilled in me,
Right.
I can't do excuses.
Right.
You have to, and people have to understand in business or in anything you do, it's either excuses or results.
Right. Right. I love that you can't make money and excuses.
Not at the same time.
That's the realest. That's probably one of the realest things I've heard in a long time. So you learn that from him. You're working for, and it's black owned?
No.
Oh wow. Okay.
No. And then he ended up, so I came out of L. Williams for a while,
Okay.
went to work for the airline,
Okay.
got laid off. I didn't like that feeling. I'm like,
Right.
wait, what? I
Right.
can't work no? Okay.
TWA?
Yeah, I got laid off from TWA.
That was the airline before. Yeah.
Yeah, in 1991. So,
know.
you know, I just put a plan in place.
Okay.
Went back into Primerica, put a plan in place, went full time, was promoted all the way to regional vice president, had the husband who was kind of jealous, and that happened. And it was just, you know, I ended up homeless, owed the IRS because of him, just crazy stuff,
Wow.
disaster after disaster after disaster.
Yeah.
So you have to learn how to pick yourself up. But there again, if I didn't have that mental toughness,
Right.
I would have crumbled.
Right. Can we touch on that? What happened?
Sure. My husband left the day after the IRS levied us.
What?
Yeah.
In
I had a baby that wasn't one yet, another baby that wasn't two yet, and I had a 12-year-old. Yeah.
And he leaves.
He left.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he left the day after they levied me. I had no money
Why did the IRS come calling?
because of his. You know how you file? You have to file joint. Well, we filed jointly.
You can cuss on here. It's okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. But no, I'm not gonna cuss. But yeah, it was just that and me being really young. I was in my 20s and
Right.
I didn't understand the repercussions of whatever it was. But it, if you have a bad accountant,
Right.
and they go back and they just start messing with everybody that account, so we kind of
Right.
got looped into something like that.
Oh, that sucks. Okay.
But yeah,
And you took that adversity
I took it.
and
So I left Primerica, it was devastating because I was a RVP, but I had babies, and I ended up getting hired at American Express Financial Advisors through a diversity program.
So okay, so you have a deep. I'm surprised you're so deep with this, but you're deep in corporate America.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like I thought. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
But I never stayed. I learned what I needed to learn. I opened my own.
Right.
So even with getting hired with American Express, the issue still was I had no support to help me with the children, in financial planning, your clients are in the evening.
Exactly.
So I called my mentor, and this is something that's very important for anybody doing anything. And any new venture that I've always done, I've always had a mentor.
Right.
So I called my mentor. Her name is Linda Alexander. She was the first African-American woman that I knew personally with 2 commas in her network.
Wow.
Right? So she
Okay.
took me under her wing. She owned a mortgage company, and she also owned a real estate company. She took me under her wing
Wow.
and taught me the mortgage business.
How'd you catch up with her?
That she was my friend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's beautiful.
yeah. You know, you hang out with 5 millionaires, you're the 6th one.
That's true. That's
So,
very true.
so she
It's
taught
all
me
about
the
the
ropes.
company you keep.
Yeah, she taught me the ropes, and I ended up opening my own mortgage company. You know, within the next year after that,
Okay.
developed a division because before that time there was a little gap, and I do anything I want to do.
What was the gap? What was
So the gap was
you know, man.
I had this football player, you know, that I was dating or whatever.
Okay.
And I said, well, while I got this connection, we need to use this connection. So I took off and I did sports and entertainment recruiting.
What?
Yeah, because peep it. It's
Wow.
a method to the madness.
No doubt.
Because
especially with you.
when you have a way in, right? Then you got to take that way in. So he introduced me to his agents and financial planners and things of that nature. So I ended up recruiting.
What?
Yeah, and it was amazing. I did get somebody on the practice squad with the Rams. Of course, the weed kept him off. But anyway, long story.
They should. Hey, they shouldn't have been tested for back then.
But,
men needed that to recover. Hopefully,
there you go.
Now they know a little
Now
bit
you
better.
know.
Yeah.
But long story short, I took that break because once I opened my own mortgage company, I had a division for athletes and entertainers. See, you can't just reach out to an entertainer if you don't know them. You got to
Right.
go through their agent.
You got to go through their people.
There you go. So if you have the relationship with the people,
Right.
now you have access to the athletes.
That's true.
And they buy bigger homes.
That's true. So, wow. So you went from sports marketing to sports recruiting to sports real estate.
No, I had the real estate background at the time.
Yes.
But I took that year off because I knew that I wanted to get into that segment where I can deal with athletes and entertainers.
Right.
They buy bigger properties.
Exactly.
It was a method to the madness.
Exactly. I mean, that makes perfect sense. So you take the break off from real estate to jump into to sports marketing, and when you said recruiting, are you recruiting for agencies? Like,
Yes, just for the agents.
Wow. What agency did you work for?
Harold Lewis, baby.
Wow.
Because the first time I met Harold, I was like, you have a bowling alley in your house?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, don't you? Wait a minute, for real. So I didn't take offense. I said, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, let me do what you do.
Right. Does he have any clients that we would know?
Nah, I don't know now.
Okay.
Because this was back in the 98, 99, you know, when the Rams were hot.
Who did he have back then?
I don't remember him.
Oh, okay.
Because what I did, I was going to call his name, Jesus. Ooh. But my friend actually pulled somebody that he found literally off. He was just doing some bouncer work.
Right.
The guy his name was Bear. He was from East St. Louis.
Okay.
He was 6'10", 3-something. He did a 41-inch vertical.
Oh.
Period. So he was very athletic. Right. I
Right.
ended up getting him on with the Rams.
You got him on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. And that was through, yeah.
That's huge.
So
That's huge.
it takes a while.
Yeah, it really does.
But then it's a gentleman's club. Y'all know that's a gentleman's club, that industry.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I made the connections that
Good
I
old
needed to
boy
make.
club.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
I made the connections. I did what I needed to do. And then when I opened my own real estate company, I did a franchise. So I was licensed in all 50 states.
Wow.
So it didn't matter. So that was the advantage that I had is
Right.
that, if I'm licensed in Texas and I'm licensed, in Missouri, and I can do those deals.
Right.
Whereas, you would have to go and find a bank, build you didn't have to do
Yeah.
all that. I had all the financials, and I was able to move them around however they needed to move around.
That's beautiful. How does that work though? Because I'm thinking, what is all this? What? Okay, y'all excited? All right.
Hey,
They on there. What's up, y'all?
I don't even know where we are. Hi.
We on IG. That's
Okay.
that's the high off the glass page.
Okay.
So, is it hard to get licensed in other states to be a real estate agent? Like, how does that
No,
work?
I was a mortgage broker.
Oh, okay.
So see, I had a franchise.
Okay.
And that's how I did it. And I did the franchise because I knew everything I do, I write a plan, right?
Right.
So I knew that once I went into that sports arena and develop those relationships, I knew I wanted to get the players.
Right.
And my selling point is that once I have that financial package, wherever they go,
Right.
we can finance them.
That's right. That's right. You're
I'm
following
good.
them. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's beautiful.
So that was the kind of package that I put together for them years back.
So why not stay with that? You're definitely
The
not
recession.
doing the recession.
The recession wiped us out.
Bush's recession.
It wiped us out. I'm talking about, we were like, if you do a refinance, you have a 3-day rescission period. Yeah, no, I'm talking about banks were closing. You close that refinance, and before it rescinded 3 days later, banks were shutting down just like that.
Banks were shutting down.
They were shutting down. It was like it was a nightmare.
Yeah.
So I went through another hard time, with that, because that was my livelihood.
Right. Thank you, Bush, for that. Okay. Everybody seems to forget that dude since Dump became president. But anyway, all right. So, wow. So you have that, another setback, more adversity. How do you deal with that? What do you do from there?
Well, if you look at www.tech-institute.com, I opened a school. And because I was going through career transition myself, I had to figure out what I wanted to do. Well, so was the whole country.
Right.
So our school, it's still up on it's still an online course. So our school, we focused on health informatics, project management, and renewable energy, because what I believe in is high growth network employment sectors. That's what I wanted to do.
Right. Okay, what the hell is this? I'm sorry. They probably texted me about the game. Let me cut all that down. That's probably exactly what that is. Wow. So you got to throw that at me again, because that just seems that you started a school to teach how to do tech. What was it again?
High growth employment sectors. So it was health informatics. So here we go. So you have health professionals and you have IT professionals.
Right.
Well, at that time, everything was then going from paperless to electronic.
Right.
In the healthcare field.
Right.
That's a segment.
What year are we at right now?
This is, when was the like 2010, 2011.
Okay.
I think I finally got the school approved 2013.
Now, how do you jump into a school that teaches you said it so fast. Say it again.
High employment sector.
High employment
21st century, because we were all in this situation where the world changed.
True.
Again, so you work in the healthcare field, you have paper files. Right. Remember all those files? You go in the doctor's office, they had all those files?
Yep.
Yeah, no more. Yeah. It's all electronic. Yeah. So in my mind, I'm always ahead.
Right.
So in my mind, I'm like, we need to get these certifications, because my school's a certification school.
Right.
So if I can get these IT professionals, because information technology people didn't know healthcare. Healthcare people didn't know information technology, yet it's emerging economy. Wow. It's emerging. Yeah, it's emerging. Yeah. This is a sector that's growing now.
Right.
So I did that. And then of course, I'm holistic. So yes, I had the school, and then I had a staffing company. Why? Because if you have a school and you can't place these people in a job, you're a failure.
There's no point in the school.
So I created it whereas that was my selling point. So we did executive sourcing and in the healthcare recruiting industry. So I would take my students, and at that time, a lot of Anheuser-Busch people were being laid off. So, but they were project managers. But guess what? They didn't have
a project.
They didn't have a project management certification.
So they needed you for the certification.
So I would get them the certification, and then we'd get them placed.
Right. Okay, but again, like this is the thing I'm confused about.
You don't understand how I did it?
No. I you're telling me that, but I just don't get how you go from real estate, to a school
because
and it has all these different industries in it that has to certify these people. How?
Yeah, well, because my real estate world crashed, and I didn't know what else to do. I'm
right.
like, well, what do I do now?
Right.
And it just, the soul searching and feeling the pinch myself, because yes, I've been doing projects all my life. That's basically all those were. When you look at putting businesses in place and putting all systems and processes, that's basically what I do.
Right.
So I'm like, wow, but I don't have a certification, so I can't go get a project management job.
Right.
But see, I also understood that it takes a degree, it takes certification, and it takes experience.
Right.
So I conquered all of those things. I got them the certification. I had the staffing company, right, to get them employed, right? And then I did the registered apprenticeship through the Department of Labor. So I ran them through this apprenticeship. That's where the training came from. And then I worked with St. Louis County, and St. Louis County reimbursed the employer half of their salary for the first 6 months for taking my student.
Stop playing.
Period.
That is
Period.
shit.
And the program I have now, I do the same thing. Yeah.
Come on. Wait, no, we get this one too. Shit. That is good God. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's a lot of thinking and a lot of planning, and it didn't happen overnight.
Right.
Okay, so yeah.
Right. What made you even think, okay, people, there's all these different industries. They
Everybody
need to be
was laid
certified.
off because everybody was getting laid off at that time. You're talking about Western Union shut down. So all those people were out of work. And then you got to understand, St. Louis County has workforce money. So that out of that workforce money, they were paying $5,000 per student, right? They were giving them $5,000 to go get certified, to go get training.
So you could get a new, wow,
Boom.
okay.
So that's how I was setting up our train to hire, our apprenticeships, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
You know, so yeah,
Deja,
and our people weren't making chump change, because all the people that we placed in health informatics, they were already professionals. They had degrees,
Right.
but they didn't have these certifications.
Yep. So they just were halfway there. They just needed a piece of paper.
because they got these jobs out of college probably years ago, but the
Right.
world's changed since then.
Right.
And that's why I keep myself around these young millennials and things like that. Because as the world has changed, I didn't even know what an NFT was. A 30-year-old friend told me that. I'm like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I have to keep fresh, new ideas around me all the time.
You do. I mean, young folks rule the world.
They do.
You know, they really
They do.
And I think, black people, especially young black people, we set the standard. We set the pop culture standard for almost everything.
Yeah.
So that is so amazing. So why not stay in that? Like, why did you go? What happened? Why
So
why
with
did
the
you
school, the school is still an online school. The only thing I did was it was certified through Missouri Department of Higher Education, but St. Louis is real political.
Yeah.
And I had set up the train to hire program. We had out of the let's say the solar, because
Okay.
we did the NAPSAP certifications.
Okay.
And solar field, I mean, that's huge.
Right.
And a small company reached out to me because they saw my program. They loved how I had the top solar instructors in the industry. They came out of Texas for me.
Like solar panels, like for your home.
Yeah.
What I need those. Like,
Yeah. That's the energy team. But
Oh,
anyway,
my goodness.
So we developed that program. The small company, now it's big. It's Missouri Sun. It's Missouri Sun Solar now.
Okay.
Actually, I'm sorry. It's Sun Solar. It was Missouri Sun Solar. We developed the train to hire program. He said, Dacia, I need 75 solar installers. I can't train them myself. I started this company 5 years ago with 3 people. Now we're a $10 million a year company. I need training. They reached out to this poor little black woman. So, yeah, we developed that program. We did career fair. He hired. We did assessments to make sure that these people were fit. And then we went to St. Louis County, North County Career Center. And the gentleman at the time who was the executive director told me, well, when you're successful, then we can do business with you.
That's what they said at the career center.
That's what he said at
Oh,
the Career Center.
Lord, he don't want to get people
Broke
placed.
my heart.
Yeah.
Because
Wow.
I had a lot of students lined up
Right.
at the time because we had already hired the first segment of them.
That is successful. What?
But it did, and with tears rolling literally through my eyes, because I set the school up on a recession.
Right.
When I didn't have nothing.
Right.
That I used all my money to do this.
Right.
Took a chance on me. And so I'm like, wow. So I couldn't get the career centers to fund the students. Like, that was the whole idea.
Right. But I thought you didn't need it, though, because the county
Well, that's what I'm saying. Those are the career centers. So I couldn't get, yeah. So, and I told him, I said, well, it doesn't matter if I'm successful or not. I said, this is not why we're here.
Right.
I said, we're here because we have these individuals who have a hire letter from the company owner who was a Caucasian guy. So there's not no black thing here. This is a real situation.
Yeah.
And you're worried about my success instead of your outcomes. You're a nonprofit.
Right.
Your budgets are predicated upon your outcomes, right?
Right. Right.
So, yeah. So that's how we move in St. Louis as African Americans a lot of times, which hurt me.
Yeah.
So I just couldn't afford to keep. It costs $100,000 just to have a higher education school.
$100,000 just to maintain the school.
Yeah, a year.
Wow. Okay.
No.
So I guess that's why. So that's obviously why you left that.
Yeah. So no, I didn't. I mean, it's still they can do they can pay out of pocket.
Everything's online.
Yeah, it's still online.
Wow. Okay, so you transition from that. I mean, and I just want to speak too. That is a sad thing that happens. Like that's why, like a basic story that everybody knows. That's why I say it. That's why Nelly and the Lunatics had to go to New York to get blown up because here in St. Louis,
It's hard.
they got local support from fans. But it's just to get that national exposure. The rich people here didn't want to jump on board because you weren't successful already. But then what do? You
Well, how
go to
St.
New York
Louis
and
is.
that's what you
There
become.
You go. Yeah.
Like it's so stupid.
St.
Like
Louis is a very cliquish. You see the same people getting the same. I mean, it's just the same mess.
It is. Yeah, Viola Luxury Leaf, come on down. We're waiting for you. I already talked to you guys. We cannot wait to have you. Do not.
Who was that, Viola?
Yes.
What's up? Is that Anthony?
No, that's Abe.
What's up, Abe?
Yeah.
What's up?
I don't know if he's on here. I'm just saying.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
talking to Mike Orr. I'm talking to his wife. I'm talking to Luxury and
Well,
Viola.
you already know, yeah.
Come on down, y'all.
So this is the thing,
Yeah.
we are all licensed, and there's another African American woman. She's a licensed manufacturer. So yeah.
Of cannabis.
Yeah.
Okay, you need to give me her name so I can have her on.
Yeah, she's Glenda. I mean, she's a beast.
She cultivates.
No, she's a manufacturer.
Well, I mean,
So the manufacturer means they're the ones that supply the gummies, the chocolates, or the seltzers, or whatever they manufacture.
Oh, so she's a distributor, but where does she get her product? Does she make her own product?
No, so they, I'm assuming the manufacturers get them from cultivators or however they do it. I don't know. I don't have that license.
I
But
love it. Please talk to me about her after the show.
yeah, she's tough.
Would
That's
love
why I
to
say
have her on.
I'm not going to leave any of us out. If we don't jump in here together,
Right.
and support one another, then shame on us.
What has since you've been here in St. Louis for so long, you've had success, you've had so much adversity. What keeps you? And a lot of people can use this information. What keeps you going at the rate that you're going at? Because you have successful people here, white, black, whatever, and some will help you, some won't, and most of the time they won't.
Right.
So what makes you continue to keep Dacia going? Like what keeps G5 going? What keeps you going to just, okay, you said you would help, but you didn't. You lied. Forget all that adversity.
Yeah.
What keeps you going?
That's when I tell you that's everybody, and that's fine. That's okay because it makes me strong.
Right.
And what you have to realize is that success is like pruning a tree anyway. Because in order for that tree to be at its best, you got to prune off all the dead branches, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That's about all I know about gardening because I don't know nothing about it. I killed a cactus. So how am I going to cultivate and grow weed? That's going to be funny. But I killed a cactus.
You still could do it though.
But I'm going to do it anyway.
Right,
I'm going to show y'all how to do that. But wait till we get to this next segment. I can't wait to tell y'all what's really popping.
Right.
I can't wait.
Right.
Come on, let's go.
They
ready. Y'all ready?
They are ready.
You ready?
We'll jump right to it. But
Come
I
on.
want to. So after you do the school, that's successful. But the career center thinks different. But we don't care what they think. Where do you go? Where do you go from there?
From the school?
From the school.
I had so much going at the time with that. So, like I told you, I developed the staffing and recruiting firm as well. So we ended up with a state contract, a few, and I'm gonna do some things on teaching people how to get their company certified with the state and the airport as minority and women-owned businesses.
Okay.
And how to really cultivate and start building relationships so that you can really start massaging and, really kind of getting in and getting in the room so that you can start having access to these contracts. So I, one of my mentors was the director of the Office of Equal Opportunity at the time. And he was also the
EEOC.
He was the deputy commissioner for the state of Missouri.
Okay.
And, so he would introduce me to the right people, and we ended up with a contract for the state. So I ended up doing all the certifications for the individuals that were getting certified because, somebody's got to verify that this is a woman-owned business for real.
Right.
Especially when it's like a Caucasian company because a lot of times they'll throw a woman on just on paper. So I had to verify that this woman was actually really involved in the business.
Exactly.
And then, qualifying as a minority, that's easy. You can look and see.
Right, right. Right.
But yeah, so with that gave me the opportunity to really meet a lot of businesses, and I did so much work for them that sometimes, this is something that a lot of African Americans or minority or women-owned businesses or whatever need to understand that, contracting should be a piece of the pie in your revenue pie, right? It should never be, 50% or 100%, but give it a slice. A slice of that coming from federal contracts, a slice coming from state contracts, right?
Right.
So what happens when the state puts out a bid, a lot of large companies bid on it, but they have to have minority and woman-owned participation on these contracts.
Right.
So people would call and they'll say, hey, I'm looking for this MBE or I'm looking for this WBE, minority-owned business, woman-owned business. Sometimes, they would say, hey, she's good.
Yeah. Right. And suggest you. There you go.
We ended up with the state contract. And I'm telling you, this wasn't even on our radar.
And this was for the consulting?
This was for the staffing.
Okay.
For the staffing company. We ended up with the
Okay.
state contract. We did DNA for the state of Missouri. That wasn't on my thing.
Wow.
But
yeah,
because somebody requested, and that took over so much because it was a nice contract. So we had that until the pandemic.
Wow.
And then when the pandemic hit, guess what?
Whatever.
Shut it down.
Right.
I got shut down again. Y'all.
Right.
I got shut down again. But that day, I remember the email. It was on March 26th of 2020.
Yep.
I remember the email. I'm like,
World shut down.
What am I going to do? Like, I'm like, again, I'm thinking, the IRS, the recession. Again.
Yeah.
I got to go through this again.
PTSD. Yeah, I get it.
I tripped.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not doing this.
Okay.
Literally, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I watched Madam C.J. Walker.
That Netflix special.
I watched it twice back to back.
Yeah.
And I looked at all the adversity she went through.
Right.
But she still became a millionaire.
Madam C.J. Walker, one of the first black millionaires.
One of
Might
the
be
first.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
She still became a millionaire.
Right.
Every time she thought she was in, something else happened.
Yeah.
It was so my life.
People stealing her shit.
It was my life. It was my life.
Right.
And when I looked at that and I sat back and I put together the game plan, my partner, and I thank God, my partner had already reached out to me before. So we were actually licensed. We got our license for G5 Express on December 23rd of 2019.
Wow.
So
right
So we were already in the process of doing the security so we already had something else. So that's the thing that really didn't take me out.
Yeah.
But I became certified. I went and got my certification for executive protection. Licensed PI. I licensed myself to death. I got my PI certification. I got my.
This is 2019 or 2020?
This is all 2020.
Right. After the pandemic. Okay.
Wow. During.
Yeah. Quarantine. All that. Okay.
While everybody was out getting new butts and titties, I was getting certifications. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I didn't know that was a thing.
But I had a friend.
People were doing.
I had a friend that made sure I was together. Okay.
Okay. That's what's up, man.
But
you look like you good to go.
And I am.
Right.
But during the pandemic, that's what I did. So if you ask me how, that series really helped me.
Right.
Because I looked at it, I said, man, she's hitting rock bottom. And she's hitting it how many years before us?
Right, in the 30s?
I'm talking about, so if you can come through it back then,
right.
What's my excuse now? Again,
she didn't have internet.
You can make money or you can make excuses.
Right.
But you can't make both of them at the same time.
Right. Oh my goodness.
So that's how I keep it going.
There it is. Now say your partner's name.
My partner is Martez Stevenson. I met this man when he was 21. He owned 3 barbershops and had 21 employees, baby. I'm sorry, 27 employees. He was 21 years old.
Wow.
He was 21 years old. When I tell you, he is like the best person in the world because everybody that knows him says the same thing.
Right.
He's the one that called me and said, "Hey D, I heard we can get licensed to move this weed."
Yeah.
What? We can move that dope?
Yeah.
What you mean we can move? G5 move that dope.
That's right.
But anyway, so we ended up getting licensed. So he and I, we're trailblazers. We're the 12th license in the state for medical marijuana transporters.
Wow, 12th license.
We're the 12th one to be licensed.
And y'all probably the only black-owned company, right?
No, so there's another one. I don't think he know he black though, but that's okay.
You ain't want something? That's fine.
And I think it's another. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna give a shout out to my girl Etta out of Kansas City. Her and I were going for the license, at the same time. But she had she was taking care of a family member who wasn't had some mental health issues,
Oh, dang.
and he ended up killing her and her husband. So rest in peace, Etta.
Rest in
But
peace
I'm
to
gonna
Etta.
forever remember you, and you. Every time we make a move, we thinking about you.
Right. So okay. So Martez.
Martez.
Martez has a hindsight to in 2019 already get a transportation license for y'all.
Yeah.
Hooks you up with the company. Who came up with G5?
So we sat in the
And what
office.
does G5 mean?
I got it. That's G5, the Jets, baby, because
Oh yeah.
we G5. So we have really been in tune, and we've had a whole focus, both of us, separately,
Right.
about private jets.
Right.
So when we came up with the name of G5, it was perfect.
Yeah.
Because, I've got this thing with private jets, and he had this thing, and we just came together.
What's the thing
G5.
with private jets? You just love them, or what?
Well, yeah. It's like I've always seen myself traveling that way.
Right.
And so and now, that's what I'm saying. Thoughts become things. Watch how you think.
Mm-hmm.
And now, we have access to over 3,000 jets, and we charter jets. We charter private jets. I just can't really market it here because this is not. Yeah, this ain't that. But
It's coming. It's coming. Okay, so let's rewind. So G5, you all have a transportation license. You get a contract to transport cannabis throughout the state of Missouri.
no, we get a license.
A license.
Yeah, you got to have a license. So this is it's an expensive license, but
Wow.
we do it. We did it.
And you go from that like within G5 security to transport cannabis, and you're going from, I guess, all parts of bringing it to different dispensaries.
Yeah, to dispensaries, manufacturers, whatever. I mean,
So you go from that to private jets.
No. So G5 has a few different entities, right? So we've got G5 Express.
Wow.
That's where we own the black car service. So we have the Sprinter, the Maserati, and all that kind of stuff. We do black car service.
Okay.
That's G5 Express.
Right. Like when you want other than Enterprise, when you want something fancy.
Right.
G5 Express.
Right. We got G5 Express for all all things transportation.
Right.
And then we have G5 Security, and under G5 Security, I've got a private eye license. I've got my executive certification, my executive protection certification, and I have my assault driving and all that kind of stuff that we have to go through. All of my training for all that. I mean, all that falls under there.
Right.
And then we have G5 International. And G5 International is something we want to really focus and hub out of Atlanta.
Okay.
Because again, we have a black car service. We have the executive protection. How they travel. Private jets.
Right.
So, and we've been blessed. We've been blessed to be right there.
What made because G5 is it's kind of like it's an enterprise. It's not just a company because you have so many different umbrellas
it's
up
an
under it.
enterprise.
Why? It couldn't just be cannabis transportation. Like what?
It started that way.
Yeah.
And we just grew. We just grew, and that's what I love about my partners because his mind is just as crazy as mine.
Right.
And then it's like why. And I got other things that we're doing with that cannabis license too, but why just limit yourself?
Right.
So we want to be competitive,
Right.
in this industry. So we have all the G5. I also partner with the Central West End Bed and Breakfast. So we're gonna talk about that, right?
We are. For those of you who would like to ask Miss Bet some questions, you can call us at 515-599-1687. 515-599-1687. 515-599-1687. This sister is a self-made success story. She did it herself, had mentors, had help from folks, but she did it. So if you have any questions, talk to her, and you all need to follow her because her story is amazing. I'm so blessed to have her on my show. So
I'm just an OG.
you were super OG, not just an OG. Mm-hmm. Now you sent me pictures, and the picture you sent me looked beautiful.
Which one?
About your cannabis consumption lounge that you're trying to start up. This system has, I guess, an old bed and breakfast.
It's not, so the Central West End Bed and Breakfast, most people know about that with the themed rooms and the jacuzzi suites and so on and so forth. A lot of people, because it actually opened in 2001.
That's not the one, you're not talking about the one
Sarah,
on Delmar.
The one on Sarah
and
Washington.
Yeah, I know about that one. Yeah.
Right. So,
Yep.
So, the pandemic kind of slowed us down a lot.
Right.
So I've been kind of thinking, I said, I want a consumption lounge. I want a consumption. I want to do. And I'm thinking, duh, we got the perfect space.
Yeah.
So in June, we're launching our the Central West End Bed and Breakfast consumption. It's going to be an all-white event.
Oh, wow.
Partner with High Society. Luxury Leaf, we're all coming through here together, and we're getting ready to shut it down. I got something else too, but make sure you keep your eyes and ears open for that, because it'll be everything infused. Different vendors every week. So if you infuse your food or got drinks or anything, come talk to me. Let's make this happen.
Vendors, hit this woman up. There are so many people that have just jumped into this cannabis industry and are
amazing.
Cultivate. They are amazing. They're cultivating and they're making drinks. They're making edibles.
And I got something for y'all too.
Yeah, folks, hit her up if you want to be a part of that event.
Yeah, hit me up. It's gonna be all white, so I'm even open to taking different ideas. It's going to definitely be a members only, and all the members definitely have to have your patient card. So, let's talk about getting that patient card. Get your patient card.
Yep.
And then when you get your patient card, go ahead and get your cultivation card too. The license to cultivate. You can grow 12 plants at a time.
Right.
Hello.
Right. Well, really, per patient, it's only, I think it's 3 plants. So you can be a patient for yourself, and that card allows you to grow 3 plants. And then if you grow for your friend or your mother,
you can grow for different patients.
There you go. And
but you can still grow up to 12.
Heck yeah! And I think
it's actually 12.
I don't think you need a separate card for that. As long as you have your medical marijuana card, you can grow with that.
No, what I'm talking about is a different license than what you're talking about.
Okay.
You're talking about a caregiver. I'm talking about cultivation.
Yeah.
Where you can grow 12 plants.
Okay.
And you can be in a shared facility. So if my partner want to grow, I want to grow, and I want to go. And so instead of everybody paying for all these separate little, because you got to have special lighting, you got to do all that.
Right.
You can also share spaces and get it approved and do it legal.
And you can grow for yourself with the medical marijuana card.
I think so.
Yeah. That I know you can, but yeah, what you're talking
but
about,
I'm talking about
that's on a bigger scale.
That's a bigger. Yeah.
Okay. When is the date for this event?
So we're working on that.
Okay.
So that's why I said stay tuned.
Okay.
For that, and then we're also launching our G5 Cannabis Institute.
Oh,
so
talk about that.
And so here we go. So we're going to be talking about Cannabis 101, understanding the plant. Yeah. The medical conditions in cannabis. We're going to be talking about the advanced. We got an advanced science of cannabis course. We got cannabis marketing and business. We got cannabis dispensary operations. We got cannabis cultivation. Cooking with cannabis, the art of infusing foods, cannabis marketing, making edibles, topicals, and other cannabis medicines. The cannabis we even have something for the cannabis practitioner training. These are for the healthcare professionals. And then of course we got cannabis security and compliance. So those are just a few. And guess what else we did? We even set up financing. So I got financing set up for you.
Oh wow!
What? Dr. Jamila is going to be the professor, and she's the professor for SLU. So she teaches the SLU cannabis program, right?
That's huge.
And that's a $13,000 program. So we're not going to bring it to you for $13,000. And we're putting together an apprenticeship for those individuals who have been incarcerated with marijuana charges. We're going to show you through an apprenticeship how to come into this business.
Come on. That's it. That is it right there. Like that is
we
everything.
have one of the largest. We have one of the largest manufacturers behind us, to get this done. And there's just it's so much going on right now. My head is spinning, but I'm excited. You ask me how?
Right.
This is how I do it.
Right.
Really? Oh, you knocked me down? You thought? Okay, well, let me develop this. Right. And what happens is it just grows our brand.
Right.
This is why collectively we need to be together.
Exactly.
Stop running around here like you better than the next one or that. No, we're all the same. We are black individuals. I don't care how proper you are. At the end of the day, you was
no, not for real. You still black, but
I'm just saying.
I hear what you're saying.
In there.
Yeah. I don't care what they think.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We got to understand, if we don't stick together, why would they?
Exactly.
We have to be our glue.
We have to stick together. We have to help build each other up, and we set the standard for what is
to
come and what is talked about presently and future. So, man, this is what you're doing with that school sounds like my boy Zach with Elite Homegrow, because he does similar things, and he goes inside into people's homes and set up grows for them. That is my dude. He was the first black-owned cannabis cultivation school in the state of Missouri. So I got to give him love. Yeah, that's my boy too.
Yeah. I've never met him. Yeah. But hey, kudos to you, bro.
You will, because he is heavy off into this game. Wow,
so he probably knows Dr. Jamila because she's tough.
He definitely does. I've heard of her as well. All I know is when you have that, when you have your bed and breakfast open, when you have your consumption lounge, high off the glass, has to be associated with that some way, shape, or
Definitely.
form. Like, because that is, I mean, and what you're doing sounds similar to the Cola Lounge with Brennan England, what he has over on the South Side, and his lounge is amazing.
Yeah.
First ever cannabis lounge that I've heard about in the Midwest.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe even the country, but know.
Now they've got them.
Yeah, they do. But
because there's but it's you
Colorado,
just gotta do
California.
it. Yeah, you got to just do it right. You
Yeah.
know, you just got to do it right, and we have an amazing facility. And like I said, right now, I mean, we're gonna do Motown Mondays. And don't you remember people from St. Louis started trying to step? Don't y'all remember that? I'm from Chicago, so you're not going to outstep me.
They trying to do the step.
Yeah, I'm from Chi-Town, so I'm smooth with it. I'm smooth.
Oh my goodness.
But so I'm even going to do a step, step night.
Yeah.
Motown Mondays, and
right.
I don't really want to.
At the spot, okay.
At the spot,
okay.
I don't really have to do the karaoke. They got karaoke everywhere,
yeah,
but
you don't need that. Yeah.
But definitely stepping. I'm thinking Motown. We got a screen back there.
Right.
So we're going to do game night.
That's what I was going to ask you. That's what I was texting you about.
Yeah, we're gonna do game nights.
You're not gonna force all the sports watchers like me. You ain't gonna force us outside, is you?
But see, it's all outside, is what I'm saying. The
okay.
event, a lot of this stuff that's happening this summer is outdoors.
But what are we gonna do in the winter? Where we gonna watch these football games?
So what I got it in all the rooms. But right now, what I want to do is we want to take advantage of the outside right now.
Right.
Because as we're doing that, I want to start changing around some of the inside.
Okay, so that makes sense. So by so from 80%, most of the events are going to be done mostly outside.
Yeah.
But by the time when the weather gets cool, it'll be set up for us inside.
I want to do some things, because we still have a smoker room upstairs on the 3rd floor.
Nice.
We have a dining room,
right.
But this is the thing, we want to make sure that we can really just take advantage of all of this.
Right.
All of this. I mean, it's an amazing area. It's a 6,000 square foot mansion.
It's beautiful over there.
We got themed rooms. We're going to have, our memberships. Our members are going to have access to, discounted rooms. And, I mean, it's just we want to make sure that we can really do it real nice.
You will. Everything you do seems to be done real nice. And to go back to it real quick to talk about it, did you say you bought it or your family owned it? Or?
What's that, the bed and breakfast?
Yeah.
No, so my business partner is Henrietta Taylor. She is the original owner.
Okay.
So, but, split, marriages and stuff like that.
Right.
And it's like I'm that innovative person that can figure out different ways of we can make this thing twist.
Right.
So that's kind of how we come together because,
Yeah. Oh, that is so beautiful.
Yeah, she's amazing and the place is amazing and it's got a lot of character in that house.
It does. It does.
I just, I want to see it successful.
Real talk, I think you all should open that up to, like, all these cats. You have so many musicians here in St. Louis and everybody's making videos now. You really should open that up to folks that are trying to shoot there because
we do. People do it all the time.
I figured because you have all those theme rooms. People always need a location to shoot, and your place would be perfect.
They do, especially in the room with the heart-shaped tub. They do a lot of them videos in there.
Yeah.
I ain't done one in there yet.
We know how that go. All right, before I get you out of
you
here.
Hear me, baby? Did you hear me? No, I'm just
kidding. Before I get you out of here, I wanted to ask: Are you a cannabis? Do you partake in cannabis, or are you're not just in this for the money?
Well, it's not really for the money. I have to due to my profession, I have to consume more CBD, and that's for pain. Because many people don't know I couldn't walk for 6 months. Yeah.
What happened? You skipped
arthritis.
over that.
It was just arthritis. That was during the recession.
Oh, wow.
During the recession, I couldn't walk.
Oh,
for 6 months. Yeah.
Jeez. Okay.
So, that was a horrible part of life. And I ended up getting real heavy. So I was like 248 pounds. And so that's why people that follow me know they're going to see these muscles. They're going to see this fitness because I'll be 57 this year. And, it's popping.
They definitely don't look it. Okay. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Do not be afraid to consume. I'm telling you. Well,
I can't with my license.
With your license, yeah, because you do so much, especially with the security. Miss Betts, I think we're going to.
I can't be messed up. Hey, hold on a minute.
Wait
a minute.
Right. We're gonna wrap this up. Miss Betts, thank you so much, Dacia, for coming through.
Oh, we appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? G5 Security, we are here at High Off the Glass. We are hoping to have a long-term standing relationship with your company. You all are blowing up. You guys have blown up, and you continue to blow up more. So thank you for taking the time to see us today, and thank you for coming to the show.
And let's
thank
give
you
a shout out to my partner, Mr. Martez Stevenson, also owner of St. Louis Happy Hour Bar and Grill.
That's it. Oh, gotta love they play. Make them wings bigger, bro. At St. Louis.
Leave
Happy
my
Hour.
partner alone.
Martez, we need you
I
down
like
here.
the wings.
I
We're
like
going to
them
get my
too.
partner down here, man.
I like them too. I just want them a little bigger. But yeah, Martez, you need to come down here. Come check out the show. For everyone listening, all of you folks there on IG, we love you. Thank you for checking out the show. Now I'm about to. Well, you want me to go over now? Well, I'm about to wrap it now. But Dacia, it's what anybody who ever says I can't, I don't know how, I won't, but I can't do it. You know, I'm just gonna tell them about you. I'm gonna tell them about you.
They need to book me.
Yes, ma'am.
They need to book me and let me do my Just Do It speech.
That's right. That's right.
And through Just Do It, you know, it really gives people a lot of motivation on, you know, getting through this adversity and winning.
Right.
You gonna win if you want to.
Right. That's what it's about. It's about getting through this adversity, winning, and pulling people up, y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Come, yeah.
Pull up the folks, and not just the folks that look like you, other folks. You know what I'm saying? Pull up other people that look like you, don't look like you. You know what I'm saying? People that are trying to help you. Help them, or folks that you know that need help. Help them. You know what I'm saying? It's all about helping each other. But yo, Stasia, thank you, sister. This was so good. I knew this was going to be good. I need you to come back because I want to talk to you some more.
Anytime. We're going to do something. I don't know if you can do anything live down at the Consumption Lounge sometimes.
Oh, well, see, we just did a live event for 420. So, and I have a live NBA Finals event that's coming up. And I have, Celtics Bucks playoff series. I think I'm going to be doing something at Hot Java that's right around the corner from you. The owner there has tapped me. He wants me to host, Celtics Bucks series, and I think playoff games.
So when we do game night, one night out there, you know, basketball game night.
There you go.
Come on out there and be out there.
That sounds good.
It'll be a full bar out there. It'll be all kind of stuff. Get your patient card.
Have me. Don't take off yet. All right. For Miss Dacia Bettsx, for G5 Security, for Oda Great, this is High Off the Glass. Y'all keep hooping, keep smoking. We out. Peace.
Peace.
That's it. Let it play for a little bit. Close this down. Peace out, y'all. I don't want to shut this down.
I forgot.